go. Come on, something. Come on.
Swing and a miss.
There's a lot of spun coming.
Don't throw it wide.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Super Mega Baseball's finest competitors went head-to-head this season, duking it out over a long and challenging campaign. We bear witness tonight to half of the Final Four, two players who stormed their way through all in their path. A massive step toward XBL's most coveted prize is on the line. The postseason winds are roaring and the fans hunger for competition. It's time to rumble! This is the XBL semifinals!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in to many of you to the XBL, the Cross-Platform Baseball League, and more semifinals action here in our 93 Batting Ego League for these Final Four. My name is Weaver for Prez, and once again tonight I am joined by a debut in the booth. His name is Oxbox. Well, not a debut anymore. You just got your first games in. How you doing tonight, Ox? That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun, Weaver. Thanks for having me back here again, and I'm excited to call two more great semifinal matchups here for the XBL.
Yeah, we do have a wonderful matchup for you. This is Luke Archer, the number 4 seed, taking on Ashnod's Coupon, who, of course, was the number 1 seed, the Long Ballo Award winner. That's the award we have for the best hitter in the league. He's a back-to-back winner of that award. He's been in the World Series, his only 2 seasons. He's looking to make it back for a third, but Luke has put up a wonderful fight so far. The series is tied at 1-1, and like we were kind of bantering about, Ox, the series, that score could have looked a bit different, couldn't it?
Yeah, honestly, Luke had a lead in both games, 1 and 2, and he, not to nitpick at all, but he could be sitting up 2-0. But I think we just need to pay attention, just give Luke some credit to begin with for being the first one to beat Ashnod in this postseason, and really the first one to give Ashnod a loss in a long time here, in a lot of weeks in the XBL.
Yeah, it's been an impressive performance for Luke Archer on the mound. He really held the great Smashnod in check. He wasn't able to do so in that second game. Towards the end of the game, very close game, he ended up blowing the save Ashnod as clutch as ever, hitting the back-to-back home runs, one to tie, one to take the lead, and then he closed out Luke in that bottom of the ninth at Colonial. But that was on Sunday night. This is Wednesday night, and we have 2 more fresh games for you, Games 3 and Games 4. Will someone jump out ahead and take an advantage in the series, or are we going to stay deadlocked? Only time will tell, and we'll get started here shortly as we load into Red Rock after these players queue. Don't go anywhere, anyone. You do not want to miss this matchup. All right, folks, it is Red Rock. It is the site of game number 3 between the Milwaukee Mallards and the Chicago Blues. Will someone jump out to a 3-1 advantage tonight, or are they going to split again? Go home 2-2 with a rotation reset. We're about to find out as game number 3 kicks off big. Walter Horton gets the ball, delivers to Nymphy ICI, and we're underway.
Walter Horton going to be facing off against new pickup for Mallard's Linda Hand.
And Nymphy ICI grounds out, so that's how this one begins. Angie Affleck now facing Horton. We'll see who. Well, a big theme we saw in the the Jam versus Floribel series earlier tonight was there's quite an adjustment period to the 93 batting ego, as this one almost gets out on the weak contact, but it is caught. So we'll see who makes the adjustment quicker tonight. We definitely saw more offense between these two on Sunday night than we saw earlier tonight in the other half of the Final Four, as that one is ripped foul.
We've all heard Luke say that 93 is actually easier than 90, but that's typical Luke.
I think sometimes I feel like he actually does believe it, and that's all that really matters. If you believe it, then you'll see the results.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that I feel like he's still confident on 93, whether he's joking or not. He's still confident.
Yeah, not afraid of anything. And neither is Ashnod, of course, the greatest hitter probably we have ever seen. And there it is. He leads off the game with a bomb. Paul Butterfield, who won the Triple Crown in the regular season, hits a leadoff homer. Just a misplaced curve.
Wow, I did not realize that Butterfield led the league in all 3 offensive categories.
Yeah, an excellent season, and he puts his team up by 1 to start game number 3. Ashnod doing what he does best. Linda Hands.
Check out that ERA.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out. The whip and the ERA reading as infinite. That will change now as an out has been recorded. Only a 27 ERA.
Yeah.
Sticking with the curves. And as we
as
saw,
I'm sure everyone noticed in game 1 and 2, Luke's pitching staff went from 4 low velo, high accuracy pitchers to now a combination of 2 and 2, high velo, low velo. So he really had to sacrifice a lot of accuracy for velocity here in the playoffs.
And we're buffering here for just a moment, but as we come back, it's a curveball that misses. So the count runs full on BB King. Fastball. Ashnod does an excellent job going up to get that one. It's a 1-out knock.
Yeah, much to the contrary of Jam's style with the reticle, we know Ashnod likes to camp it a little lower in the zone and try to get under that ball.
Ashnod in his 3rd straight semifinals in 3 seasons, participating in the XBL, was eliminated in the World Series in both Season 8 and Season 9 by Lazy, best all-around player we've ever seen. Luke gets out number 2 there.
Shout out to Lazy.
Yes, the proverbial goat, as this one could be in the gap. Nymphy ICI. Oh, it's cut off by Lauderberry. I thought there was no chance. That's going to save a run. It's going to hold him to a double. And there's still a chance.
Pun there, Weaver. Oh, double pun, Weaver.
I missed the pun. What did I say?
You said Chance after the great play by Chance.
Yeah, Chance Lauderberry out there, who was a hero in the first couple of games for the Mallards. Makes a nice defensive play there. Luke's still in trouble, though. Needs to bear down with Linda Hand.
Wow.
Ooh, and he gets him swinging out of the zone. Shatters his bat. A pitch you don't see Ash swing on often. That limits the damage for Luke, but Paul Butterfield does put the Blues up by 1 with a solo shot.
And Weaver, you mentioned that this is Ashnod's 3rd straight semifinal appearance, and just to give him some props on his 31-3 regular season record, he really showed that dominance in the regular season again here in the XBL.
Yeah.
As Luke's going to ground out to start this 1st inning, but I wanted to make a slight parallel to the dominance that Lazy had in Season 8, where he only lost the 2 games or 3 games all season, but then started off he went to the full limit with 5 games against Mantis, and then was pushed, almost to the brink against yourself in the next round. And I think similar to that season, we've seen that here in the postseason with Ash. Yourself, again, pushed Ashnod to 3 very close games in the previous round, and now Luke coming out and stealing game 1 and nearly took game 2. Like, just because you dominate the regular season doesn't mean you're going to walk through the playoffs, and I think you're really seeing that so far. You're seeing the best effort out of guys like you and Luke who can really take it to Ashnod.
Yeah, Luke so far in this series has done a wonderful job taming the beast. He does line out here. It's a 1-run game. Chance Lauderberry hit a home run in each of the first 2 games in this series. He almost got one here, just didn't quite lift it. It's off the head of Jake Blues. Lauderberry will cruise into second base with a double. Ashnod
We might need an injury timeout to check on the right fielder of the Blues there as he wears that one.
Yeah, what's concussion protocol in Super Mega? And I'm a bit rusty on those rules. This fastball, not in the best spot. Luke doesn't miss it. He ties the game. Camille Peckin delivers a double down the line. Ashnod opts to throw to third. I don't think he could have had her at second anyway. Would have been close, but a 1-1 game here. Daffy danger now.
And that's one of my 2 keys to this game. Obviously, you're going to have to pitch extremely well to have a chance to get Ashnod. But anytime, if you're Luke, you can expose or take advantage, really capitalize of an extra out given to you by Ashnod. You have to do that. And the misplay in right field with 2 outs, Luke cashing in on the RBI.
So it's a 1-1 game after 1.5 innings of play. We're into the bottom of the second. Ashnod's second chance at the plate. Did a great job burning some pitches out of Linda Hand in the first inning. The accuracy on Linda Hand certainly not what it was with Lacey Blevins in game 1, and I believe Candace Lauderberry in game number 2. So a bit more skill dependent here. What's that?
Yeah, I actually talked to Luke before this game, and he said Candace would be going in game 4.
I must be mistaken on who pitched game number 2, but in any case, Ashnod.
Oh, I thought you meant game 2 tonight.
Game 2 on Sunday night. It was one of his low velo, high accuracy. Or I can tell you right now, it was Butterman, Callie Butterman. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning here for Linda Hand. So a good bounce back after surrendering the solo shot in the first inning. Now it's the top of the third.
Anytime you can get Ashnod on a 1-2-3 inning, it's just a massive defensive inning.
Linda Hand, the pitcher to the plate, has seen 3 pitches in this at-bat. Luke going to try and get her aboard. It's a good fastball. A good rip, though. And it's off the glove of Staples. Not a lot of speed on the pitcher. Makes it anyway. An infield single for Linda Hand. Luke, for all of his hitting skills, not afraid to put down a sacrifice. We'll see what he does with Nymphy ICI as the count develops. Fouls that one off. Now it's a 2-strike count, 1-2.
I can't remember if Luke ever bunted before him and I became, pretty good friends, but I think my small ball philosophies wore off on him just a little bit.
No bunt here as he strikes out swinging a good fastball from Ashnod. Nymphy ICI is retired. Swinging on the next pitch is Luke. He trying to bloop it in front of Blues. It will not happen. Basket catches May. There's quickly 2 down.
Blues opting to use his glove on that play instead of his face.
Platarinkos gets around on the changeup nicely. It's ripped foul. Just missing his Ash. All of the starters... Sorry.
No, I think you were about to say the same thing potentially, but we talked about this in the last matchup. A lot of guys going with higher accuracy here in the playoffs.
This is the build that Ashnod has ran all season. All 4 of his starters are left-handed. Not sure exactly why. See, I don't believe anyone else does that, but Ash did have a solid pitching season. Yeah, secret meta indeed. Ash did have a solid season on the mound. Didn't exactly have an innings total to put him in Von Asen conversations or anything. But a good inning there after the bloop and the runners on the corners threat is ended. Butterfield going to be 2 for 2 here. A couple of curves. He's taken to the right field. One was out. One was a single.
Yeah, and honestly, a great job of pitching there by Ash to get some weak contact by Luke because he was threatening there in the second.
Leadoff hit from the leadoff hitter Butterfield. It's going to be followed by another single. Ash not timing these curves well enough. to poke them where the defenders are not. So now it's BB King.
I'm a big fan of bunting with 2 on and nobody out, but you know Ashnod's never going to bunt.
He may never lay down a bunt as long as you watch him play. That one just misses the third base bag. Could have been disastrous. Instead, he strikes out. Luke Archer rears back to get the K, a big one.
Big strikeout there by the Mallards. I was asking Weave, I wonder if anybody, if the Blues or the Jackals have ever attempted a sacrifice bunt in their season's histories.
I can think of one particular very famous Jackals suicide squeeze that was caught by the pitcher, if you know what I mean.
I forgot all about that one.
Yeah, a famous triple play from seasons past. I'm certain I've never seen Ashnod lay down a bunt. We did see him run a little bit in game, I believe, 2, stealing a base in a good spot. Speaking of a good spot, there's 2 on, full count, the runners go. And he grounds it up the middle, a diving stop off the glove of the second baseman. Danger. Everyone is going to be safe. The throw goes into third, no tag. As Luke fired it back into second. I think he would have been safe anyway. But it's 2-1 Chicago.
No, he fired it to third instead of second. The batter runner gets to second on the play, and wow, a great play by the shortstop there. That would have scored 2 runs.
Yeah, so the first dive from the second baseman results in the run scored. That one saves a run. So again, limiting the damage is Luke. It's 2-1 here in the top of the 4th. Gwendolyn Gadwall has a home run in this series.
Certainly unfortunate that the second baseman didn't make the play there, but fortunate to not be down 2 more runs afterward.
Luke looking to get right back in this thing. He has himself a leadoff double as Gadwall slides into second. Chance Lauderberry now with a big chance. Oh, I did it again. The velo and the accuracy just starting to tick under what is normal for Big Walter Horton. Runner in scoring position. 556, 2 home runs in the series for Chance Lauderberry, both of the solo variety.
There's a reason Luke thinks he's a goated player.
Has been very good in this series. He's behind 2-2. He's going to strike out on the fastball. 99 miles per hour down and in. Too hot to handle. There's 1 down. Camille Peckin having a great series in her own right. She's batting .400. Let's see this changeup just get in the zone. You can see Ashnod likes this spot. Luke does swing at the one out of the zone, and it's just past the shortstop. Very weakly hit, so is there enough time for Gadwall to score? There is not. A gun from center field. Muddy Waters saves a run.
What a throw. That's big time. So it was honestly a pretty good choice to try to send the runner on the, it wasn't a hard hit single. It didn't get to the center fielder very quickly.
Yeah, even with the low speed of Gadwall, you'd think it was definitely a good send. Ashnod making a great throw and a great pitch there to end the inning. So the threat is extinguished. The leadoff double does not yield any results.
I don't know what fielding stats Ash's catcher has, but a lot of those times, we'll see the catcher drop even a perfect throw from the outfielder on a ball like that.
Falling way behind here. It's a 4-pitch walk from Linda Hand, and that's one of Ashnod's 3 very fast runners. His 3 outfielders, I believe, I think they're all 99 speed. Oh, that's not one of them. My mistake. Does have average speed over there at third. This could be 2. Luke, will he go to second? He does. It's going to be a fielder's choice.
Yeah, we saw Jam go to first on that exact play a lot of times last game, but luckily just enough time to get the lead runner there for Luke.
Just missing with a curve. Junior Wells is into the game, so only 4 innings out of the starter for the Blues. Does have a very good bullpen and apparently a very good bench. He makes it 4-1 on the bomb. So the walk.
That's a big dagger.
Yeah, the walk scores that second run. Could have been 3-1, perhaps. Butterfield going to follow it up with a rip to left field. It'll get in there.
Well, now looking back, if just a couple half innings ago with Luke's the miss on the dive hurt him for a run, and then the following half inning where he doesn't score on the the outfield assist becomes even bigger now.
Perhaps just the pitching stats of a 2-bar rotation right now, just not quite holding up. Does get a good out here, the second out of the inning. The game's still perfectly within reason here in the 4th.
Yeah, and I'd have to disagree with you on the 2-bar point there because Luke, the only person to beat Ashnod so far, and also has held him to sub, however many runs through these first 3 games with the starting pitching.
That was a filthy curve that catches Ashnod peaking low and away. Luke, I think we're going to see a double switch. Oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at Ash's perspective. He's going to the bullpen. It will be Albertina Walker first out of the pen. Does Luke take out Linda Hand? Looks like he will. No. Leaving her in.
He doesn't.
She is back to neutral. She was tense for that last batter, or last couple batters.
She's feeling good at the dish too, Weave.
Yeah, it does have the single. But is behind 0-2. It's a wild fastball. It's in the zone. Pops it up. Just beyond the infield dirt. Staples. 1 down.
Other than that one, Ashnod doing a very good job of keeping a tight circle on his pitches.
Dillian Nymphy ICI going to get a 1-out knock here. All that speed is aboard. She's been great in this series. So that first pitch curve did not do its job. Luke is aboard. See if he wants to try and pick his spot here and steal a base on BB King. Ashnod doing a good job holding the ball. That one sails into a horrible spot. Luke unable to catch up.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that was a big old red circle.
Oh, and he gets him on a little check swing. Angie Affleck strikes out. Ashnod getting that second out. Now it's Platarinkos.
As bad as the 1-strike pitch was, the 2-strike pitch was right there on that corner, 99 power, everything you want.
Curveball looped in the zone. Luke does an excellent job putting it into right field. That'll extend the inning. Luke has been all over some of these off-speed pitches. The fastball's certainly the most effective pitch. That one not at the highest speed possible. Luke does take it. Trying to burn him inside with the change. Luke fouls it off. Good speed on the bases. The fastball to Al Bellis. It's a hit and run, and it's through the right side. Blues comes up with it. He does not fire home. The Milwaukee Mallards get another one back.
That's a big small ball play right there, Weave.
Yeah, Ashnod put that pitch above the zone, and typically it's not a pitch Luke would ever swing at, but with the runners going, he was taking a risk, paid off in a big way.
Yeah, that's one time we'll really see Luke expand the zone on offense is when he's hitting and running. He tends to chase, but oftentimes when your runners are in motion, that can pay off.
Does stare at the fastball. That ends the inning. We're into the bottom of the 5th. Linda Hand has earned right to at least start this 5th. Good curve there.
Velo dipping a little bit.
It's going to come down to the skill at the mini game here to make sure these pitches aren't misplaced. That one was Ash. He misplaced his reticle. It flies out. Dangerous pitch.
And Weaver, give us a little bit of perspective here if you're Luke. As Ashnod smacks one in the gap, but it's going to be ran down. You're in the middle of the game. Your starter's stats start to dip a little bit, but you're not necessarily in a bad spot here. When do you know when to lean on those relievers, and when do you try to trust the starter to keep on going as long as they can?
I personally run a setup where I like 2 relievers that I can lean on, two ace relievers, and then I don't really pay much attention to the rest of the pen. So I like to get at least 5 innings. Luke may be different. He has a kind of a ragtag bunch in that pen. This one's going to be very close to getting out. It's on the track. If the ICI leaps, she cannot make the play. It's gone. A 2-out homer for Elwood Blues.
And Blues making up for the run he cost his team in the first early part of this game, and getting the solo run and getting that run back for the Blues.
That curve is fouled off. Linda Hand clearly being trusted to just get one more out, one more strike maybe here. The stats really not there. Ashnod is going to softly line it into the glove, 1-on-1 hop from Platarinkos. So she is through 5, surrenders 5. 6, 7, and 8 here for the Mallards.
Yeah, he would have liked to get through that inning without giving up a run. With Linda Hand's surely going to be her last inning on the mound. But still, again, five runs in 5 innings, not a horrible outing against Ashnod.
No, certainly not. Still in the game by plenty. Luke's offense, we've
It's going
seen...
to really come down to... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Luke's offense, it can explode, as we saw in games 1 and 2, just at any time. Off of any pitcher.
No doubt about that. Is Luke one of the best in the world at hitting the baseball? It's really going to come down to, can that 2-bar bullpen keep him in this game?
Strikes out on a very well-placed fastball from Ashnod. 2 down now for Daffy Danger. The pitching for Ashnod used to be known as a clear Achilles heel for him. I don't think that's really the case anymore. He has completely cleaned up his act, at least on the mound, as that is a nice piece of hitting for Luke. If it's played well by Blues, it'll only be a single, and it is. So a 2-out knock.
Yeah, we've always known Light Snack and Ashnod both to be 2 of the most elite hitters in this game, but both have really done a good job over the last couple of seasons of polishing the rest of their game as well.
Katarina Krombeacon, I think is how you pronounce this. I'm probably wrong. But she's off the
Another
bench.
cringe name.
Oh, and there goes the runner, Ashnod. We'll have him soon. Oh, no, he misses it. James, back to short. He's safe. Luke dodges the tag. Can he?
Love to see it weave.
He can't make him pay, however. The fastball just catches the high and in corner. That would have been a serious blow if Luke had cashed in.
We were looking at a momentum swinging play right there.
Yeah.
If he would have poked an RBI hit after that.
He was
What a diddle.
dead to right. Yeah, certainly one of the more improbable diddles we've seen. So we're into the bottom of the 6th. Greta Rubber hasn't gotten a ton of work in this series, but she's here now. Gets the first out. The day is done for Walker. Ashnod ripped a pinch hit homer the last time the 9 spot was up. Can Magic Sam do the same, if that's who we do see? Or does he want someone with some wheels? It'll be Dorsey. Interesting. Ashnod typically all about power and nothing else. Gonna go with a 30 power.
Again, Mike. As we saw Jam save shoot to Jesus in game 2, he might be doing the same kind of thing, saving that best bat for maybe a time he may need it later in the game.
Especially now when he does have a lead. He can play from ahead instead of from behind. That brings up Butterfield with 2 down. Has not been retired today. 2 singles and a homer. Of course, the homer was of the leadoff variety.
You know, Weaver, it's crazy how in this league, a lot of the players on your team will have very similar stat builds and be similar aesthetically, but your confidence level, you might have a lot higher confidence level with some of the hitters on your team versus others. And Ashnod really confident there with his Triple Crown winner, you can tell, who has still not made an out.
Yeah, Butterfield getting his 4th single. Platarinkos has to fire this one, and he does. A dive in the gap prevents an infield single, and it ends the inning. Top of the order now for the Mallards. Ashnod goes back to the pen. It's Dixon. Looking at the stats, this is a hitter or a pitcher that Luke has knocked around in games 1 and 2.
Certainly with that high ERA, and I was just about to say it's go time for Luke. He's got to, wake back up and get back in this game before it gets too late.
And a great start, Nymphy ICI with her 2nd hit of the game. All that speed aboard for the 2-hole hitter, Angie Affleck. Some great pitches in that at bat from Ashnod. Luke, a better job fighting it off.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of small 99 pitches from Ash in this game.
Ooh, Luke reaching on that one is not past the reach of Staples. He will move the runner up, so productive at bat. Mojo does go down on Angie Affleck. So now Platarinkos.
Platarinkos having a great game so far.
Rips that one into the left center field gap. It is 5-3. Platarinkos will have a double. Luke never says
Boom.
die, does he?
He certainly doesn't. That's what I was talking about, Weaver. We needed to see some life out of the kid, and we just got some.
Yeah, certainly Luke not wanting to leave it all up to a later inning. He touches Dixon again for a run here. and has a chance for more.
And that goes back to what I was just saying about, Ashnod basically has a clone army of pitchers as far as the way he builds them. And weird how the first two pitchers dominated, and yet for the third game in a row, Luke able to touch Willie Dixon.
Yeah, just something different about this pitcher, perhaps. Gwendolyn Gadwall had a double earlier in the game. Another here would make it a one-run ball game. It's a nice fastball, and it's
Great
beautiful. It sends the mojo down on the hitter. Caught him looking. We've seen that a couple times. Ashnod's command of the fastball in particular has been borderline immaculate here tonight.
Yeah, that's a great point. We're seeing a lot of 99 fastballs out of Ashnod. A lot of other pitches, you've seen him flirt with a big red circle on accident, but he's been pretty consistent with that four-seamer.
He does not chase the fastball inside, so it's a leadoff walk. Crunch time for Luke. He did get that run back, and that's certainly big for him, but the bleeding can't escalate.
Absolutely. It's imperative here he gets, out of here with one or less.
He's going to get the out at second. No chance to get him at first. You don't see a lot of contact that weak out of Ashnod. And as a result, there's no potential for the double play. This one is ripped into center field. No problem for Nymphiaceae to cut off. But there's 2 on with 1 out. Ashnod looking for more.
A lot of speed on the base pass for the Blues right now.
This one up the middle. Diving stop. Blooped into center.
Not again.
Daffy Danger going to throw to third this time. The run will score. He does get an out. Ashnod up by 3. Yeah, that's the second one that's bounced off of Daffy Danger's glove as this one rocketed foul.
Yeah, 2 run scoring misses by Daffy Danger. I wonder if they're tense in the field.
Quickly ahead 0-2. Now 1-2 is Rubber. That one's blasted into the right center field. Gab Nymphiaceae racing back. It's over her head, and it's 7-3. A potential misplay there from Luke. Don't see it a whole lot.
Could have possibly had some lag there as my screen got a little blurry on the play. I didn't actually see what happened.
Old McDonald is into the game. It's a 4-run deficit now for the Mallards. Ashnod looking to take a 2-1 advantage. The inning will end here. We go to the top of the 8th. 6, 7, and 8 for Milwaukee. Looking to come alive.
And if you're Luke, you hate to see Ashnod get, battle for 2 big runs there in the bottom half after you just cut into this deficit, made it a 2-run game, and now it's back to a 4-run deficit with just 6 outs left on offense.
Chases that fastball. It was potentially a hair out of the zone. Lauderberry now in a full count. Ashnod can go back to the 4-seamer. It's up and in, and Luke does a nice job turning on it for the leadoff single. And that's just what he needed.
Another leadoff base runner here for the Mallards, and Chance Lauderberry continues to lead this team. Another big base hit.
Ooh, and now Peck into right field, and it's off the diving or the sliding glove of Jake Blues. Lauderberry digging for third. The gun is not in time. First and third, nobody down. A nice rally forming here.
And Jake Blues certainly brought his stick to the yard, but he left his glove at home, folks.
This one is caught by Jackson. That is a huge out. Now a double play ball potentially could end the threat. Luke will go to the bench. It will be Sir John Duckworth. Rather average hitter. Strike 1.
Tough line out there for Luke.
The velo, the accuracy starting to come down. Luke late on the fastball. Runner's still at the corners. There goes the runner from first. And it's in the hole. Another successful hit and run. 7-4 Chicago. Tying run to the plate.
Again, we see Luke expand the zone on a hit and run, and again, it pays off.
Curveball in the zone. Nymphiaceae doesn't miss it. Into center field. Station to station we go. Tying run at first with a lot of speed. The go-ahead run to the plate in the form of the tense Angie Affleck. That's enough for Dixon, I believe. Buddy Guy, it will be Big Eye Smith, who's a closing pitcher. That means the stamina is going to be a factor.
Yeah, Ash going with the extra velo here, not Not worried about the stamina
Oh,
as much, I
man.
guess.
The whiffer there on Angie Affleck made that contact minuscule. Didn't really matter. There was way early on the fastball. So there's 2 down. It's going to be up to Platarinkos. Luke may not get this chance in the 9th.
Yeah, he's got to have a good at bat here.
He rips it! Platarinkos! The Mallards lead!
Oh my goodness! What a pitch and what a swing by the Mallards!
A grand
Does it get any bigger than that, Weaver?
That maybe the hit of Luke Archer's career. The wonder kid. He does it in the 8th. The Mallards lead for the first time in this ball game.
The kid made me eat my words, Weaver. I was just talking about how bad that 2 runs in the bottom half last inning was, and he just comes out and takes the lead right back from Ashnod. Incredible.
The inning is now over. A new pitcher into the game. I believe it's Muck Duck. It is. And that's going to force Big Eye Smith. There's 1 reliever remaining for the Blues. I believe it's Buddy Guy.
Honestly, that's
Lauderberry, he makes the play. So there's 1 down in the 8th.
It was a great move for Ash to go with the closer there in the 8th, because not only the added velo, but if Luke somehow made a comeback, he has a reliever with a little more stamina in his back pocket.
It is his lowest statted reliever, but yes, more stamina, certainly important. Muck Duck is into the game. That last change with the Butterfield, a bit careless. That makes Butterfield 5 for 5. Could have been much worse, though, based on where it was put. Muck Duck ahead here. This one's ripped. Diving stop Platarinkos. Is there an out to be had at first? There is. There's 2 down, but the tying run in scoring position.
And how about the game Chance Lauderberry and Platarinkos
Yes.
are having for the Mallards?
Yes, very astute defensively. Same cannot be said of the second basewoman, who I believe is Angie Affleck, but I could be mistaken.
Or the right fielder for Ashnod.
Yes, Jake Blue's out in right field. 2 strikes here. The pitch from Muck Duck is a bit low, so the count is full on BB King. Luke makes a good pitch on the fastball. No bobble from the pitcher. He is through the 8th. He protects the lead. It's a shutdown inning.
And the biggest thing when you do make a comeback like this is you've got to have just as much focus on the defensive side. No let-ups mentally. You can't afford to make a mistake pitch when you finally get yourself back in the game. So a good job of Luke to settle down there and find that 3rd out.
So yes, Buddy Guy's into the game. By far the lowest amount of accuracy and velocity that we've seen out of any pitcher on the Blues staff. Luke going to be looking for an insurance run. That was a very red fastball, but Luke unable to handle the velo.
Yeah, I'm sure it's incredibly much harder to control the ball.
Oh, Chance Lauderberry to the upper deck. And then a big insurance run for Milwaukee.
Wow, Chance and Platarinkos, man.
That is the 3rd home run in as many games for Chance Lauderberry in the 6th hole.
So Ashnod going to the closer and now not having any accuracy here in the 9th has really come back to haunt him.
That curveball is ripped, but right to the glove of Butterfield. Daffy Danger now the 8-hole hitter. You would think, even if Danger reached here, Luke is not going to remove Muck Duck. He got a 6-out save in game number 1 with Muck Duck. He would be looking for the same here.
And as you kindly reminded me before the game, Muck Duck got the save in game 1 and went for the 6-out save game 2 and wasn't able to get it.
This one is
That
clobbered
ball's
dead
blasted.
center. It is a 3-run lead for Milwaukee. This kid is ripping the ball on 93.
It's really something to see these 2 hitters and really something by Luke for his late game clutch hitting.
Perhaps a bit impatient with his pitcher here. He swings on that changeup, but 2 more runs scored. He leads by 3. It's 4, 5, and 6 for Chicago. Did Ash get one back? It's deep. It's deep. It is gone. A similar spot to one of his other home runs. Just like that, it's a 2-run game. How huge are those insurance runs?
Exactly. Those top of the 9th runs are everything right now, but as I just said, you've really got to have just as much focus on this side.
Oh,
and Ashnod's
my.
going to make it a 10-9 game with no outs here.
So Ashnod, he hit back-to-back homers in the 9th inning of game number 2. 1 to tie, 1 to take the lead. He does it again here, only he's still down 1. Luke must bear down immediately. I almost think he should consider a change. Has he gone back to back to back? This one,
Oh my.
it's going to die at the track. NVICI makes the play. So 1 down.
Luke, you're scaring me here, kid.
Muck Duck getting roughed up in this inning still has a chance here. It's the 7-hole hitter. We will at least see the 8-hole hitter as well. The 9-hole hitter, the pitcher, cannot come out of the game.
Oh, that's a great point,
Yeah.
Weave.
20 pitches and tenths is Muck Duck. That one's ripped. It's stopped by Albellis. In time. Here we go, Ox. Mavis Staples. She's been held in check in the series, batting .083. I almost can't believe that. For
Is
hitter in
anyone
this
else
lineup.
nervous?
It's grounded to the shortstop, Platarinkos. He has an easy throw. It's dropped. Dropped.
Oh my!
Dropped.
Catch the ball!
But it is Buddy
Pitcher's gonna
Guy.
have to swing here, Weave.
He cannot be removed from the game. Strike 1. Luke, his first baseman. Okay, it may not matter. It's fly to
Catch the ball
center.
here.
Luke Archer steals game number 3. He is up 2-1 in the series. What a game.
What a game! Look at that box score. Just look at the 7th, 8th, and
Yeah,
9th.
we'll leave it here for a moment. Wow. One of the greatest games I think we've ever casted on this channel. Seriously. I mean, incredible. So Luke Archer battles back. He was down most of the game. That grand slam ended up not being the winning
Unbelievable.
run. It did put him ahead, but he had to put in more work. Back-to-back homers in the 9th for 2 straight games for Ash. It mattered quite a bit in game number 2. It ended up not quite mattering here.
Well, we did talk about coming into this game about how Luke's reliever with that 6-out save. It's a tough task to try to get Ashnod out with the same pitcher, 6 outs, and he nearly blows another save here in game 3, but the Mallards are able to just hang on thanks to Luke's clutch insurance runs of the top of the 9th inning, which, as we talked about, was really only brought on because Ashnod had to go with that low accuracy pitcher, and that really cost him 2 more runs.
Yeah, so it is a 2-1 as I edit here. Series advantage for Milwaukee. It has gone back and forth, both teams winning on the road in all 3 games. We're going to head into game number 4, which will be at Colonial Plaza here momentarily. The players are queued, at least Ashnod is. We'll wait on Luke Archer, who's probably feeling very good right now. An electric win. And we'll see if he can carry the momentum into game number 4. We'll have it for you shortly. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, and thank you for sticking with us. It is game number 4 of the XBL semifinals. It is a best of 7. Milwaukee Mallards, that is Luke Archer, the 4 seed. He leads 2-1 versus the Chicago Blues, that is Ashnod. He is the 1 seed. And it's Colonial Plaza. It's the number 4 starters for both teams. That factors not for Ashnod. His pitchers are all basically the same. But it's going to be interesting for Luke. This is Candace Lauderberry, who is quite different from Linda Hand in game 3 and Lacey Blevins in game number 1. Butterfield lines out.
Candace Lauderberry, in my opinion, is the ace of this staff.
That is a bold take, but the chance to prove it is here. Ashnod,
The sister of Chance Lauderberry, I believe.
I believe it's his daughter. There's Chance Lauderberry, and then there's Chance Lauderberry Jr. and Candace. If I'm not mistaken.
The offspring.
Yes. Oh, he stares at that fastball. That wasn't even quite on the corner. Maybe he was expecting something a bit slower. So it's strike number 3, out number 2. Some of the batting averages in this Blues lineup, just not something I'm accustomed to seeing at all. 273, that's a good batting average, but for Ashnod, it isn't really. It's going to improve, however, as it's down the line for a double.
Yeah, and his leadoff hitter is hitting like 790.
Yeah. So like you said earlier, just certain players get certain results. Perhaps.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the one reliever that Luke keeps touching up in all 3 of these games where he's not really having a lot of success against other pitchers, but the one reliever, he's got a crazy ERA.
Lillian Nymphiaceae, she bats .462 in this series. Needs a
hell
moment.
of a game by Chance Lauderberry and by Potarinkos.
Yeah.
I mean, on both sides of the field, too. Making plays and just clutch hits, supplying almost every RBI.
Luke just needing a couple moments. He's ahead 2-0 in the count, now 3-0. We saw wonderful accuracy from Ashnod, really in the series. I'm sure, he's just kind of adjusting. He was pitching with Buddy Guy, a very different accuracy rating. Now back to more normal for him. Nymphiaceae trying to fist this one off. Staples dives. 99 throw, but still too fast is Nymphiaceae. She is an on-base machine.
And Weaver, you and I, big proponents of our favorite, aspect in this game, and that'd be speed. Love having those high-speed runners.
Speed can kill. Certainly not as overpowering as power, but easier to execute. Butterfield makes the play, tags Nymphiaceae, and there's 2 down. An unfortunate break there for Luke. Still ripped the ball. Always got to be happy when you're seeing the ball well enough to rip it that hard.
And seeing all the drops, last game, and seeing all the catches but made by Ashnod's defense, just goes again to prove you that 4-bar D is just wasted and 2-bar D is the way to go.
A hot take there coming out from Ox. This is going to be a single, I believe, for Potarinkos, who stays red hot. So with 2 down, Albella steps up, cleanup hitter. Rips that changeup. If it's down, it could score a run, but Blues dives and makes a catch. All that speed playing in huge there.
Jake Blues makes his first catch of this series here in game 4.
Yeah, had that one bounce off his head early in game number 3 that resulted in a Luke Archer run. No such thing happens here. No jump out of Luke. Perhaps thinking he didn't need to. So a leadoff knock and a lot of speed on it first.
Yeah, a lot of hits so far in these 2 games by Jake Blues. He's doing a good job at least on half the side of the ball.
Oh, Ashnod running. Again, not something we see a whole lot. He's in a rundown. The runner is slowing. There should be no problem for Luke, and there isn't. He tags him out. Erases the leadoff single.
Weaver, perhaps even more rare than Ashnod small balling is Luke making a pickoff attempt.
Yeah,
the kid never polices the run game in all the times I've played him.
That's absolutely true. He completely reads Ashnod's mind. Just a brilliant pickoff.
That's inside.
So now there's quickly 2 down. There was a nice diving stop at first to follow that up. Elmore James Pops it up.
I mean, how much more evidence do we need that this kid's just not human?
He is playing perhaps at the best level we've ever seen him.
You really love to see it too, because Ashnod, hands down, one of the greatest players in the world, but really being pushed here by Luke Archer.
Ashnod, a back-to-back finalist, losing both World Series in both seasons to Lazy. The Season 9 World Series, Ashnod was up 3-1 with a significant lead. I believe 5 or 6 runs in the 5th game. Ended up blowing that lead.
Late
And ended
in that game.
7th or 8th, yeah. Ended up blowing that lead. Ended up blowing the series. Hungry for a championship, but he has run into a stellar player here. Ripped by Chance Lauderberry down the line. That's going to at least get him to 2nd and 3rd. Not a ton of speed. So that is what will happen. Nobody out. A big threat here from Milwaukee.
Chance Lauderberry staying hot here. Just got to put this ball in play if you're Luke Archer. Well, not hard right at somebody in play, and you ought to have a run.
That changeup ran very wild. Luke wisely took it. Now 2-2. No speed on first, but plenty at second. I'm sorry. No speed on third, but plenty at second. Oh, he swings at a fastball. The speed, perhaps fooling his eye there a little bit. Maybe a little bit antsy to get that run in.
A big red circle on that 2-strike pitch, too, and Ashnod's still able to get a huge strikeout. And now 2 strikes on Luke. He's really got to find a way to get this run in.
Oh, he can't make contact. So Luke in danger of stranding 2nd and 3rd, nobody out situation. It's going to be up to the pitcher. Candace Lauderberry.
Look at those hitting bars on Candace. Already locked in here after just 2.
She pops it up. Ashnod gonna get out of it. Blues makes the play. We're into the 3rd. We're still scoreless. An excellent job there from Ashnod to quell the threat.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna criticize Luke for not bunting there because of the slow runner on 3rd. But,
I probably wouldn't have either. This one's gonna
I'd
be
been giving
out.
him an earful if he had high speed and didn't try something there to get her in.
The way he's been at least the way he was hitting in the final 3rd of game. Wow, what a stop there from Peckin. But the way the way Luke was hitting in the final 3rd of game number 3, I don't blame him for sticking with a power approach.
Oh, absolutely. And anytime you try to bunt with the guy on 3rd without high speed, you're running the risk of getting thrown out at home pretty easily too.
Well, despite not pushing any of those runs across, he follows it up with an excellent inning on the mound. 1, 2, 3, go the Blues. Nymphy ICI on base again.
Great job by ICI. She's been on base a lot here tonight, and just wanted to make a point that Candace Lauderberry really looking like the ace of this staff. I told you she was.
Dealing so far. Oh, that fastball could have been trouble. Softly grounded to Jackson. She has the play at 2nd. Staples to 1st. A double play. It's the 2nd double play Lucas hit into in this game. If you're just joining us, well, I'm sorry. Game number 3, an absolute classic between these two players. Luke Archer pulling it out late. We're in game number 4. It's a best-of-7 series, the XBL here. All regular season games played on straight 90 ego, but in the final 4, the batting ego ramped up to 93. It has not looked like anything too difficult for these two miraculous hitters. Ashnod, of course, winning the long ballo. Luke placing 3rd in that vote. That ends the inning.
You know, we were in game 3. Luke cut it to 5-3 in the top of the 7th. He did a good job of getting himself back in the game, as that's going to be a leadoff hit here for the Blues. But then he gave up that big 2-spot bottom 7, and I was just about to say in the top of the 8th how, you know, he's not in a horrible spot. Just try to build some momentum, even if you do lose this game. Maybe try to, you know, at least build some confidence into game 4 and really work on that split. And then out of nowhere, the kid puts up 5 runs in the top of the 8th and 2 more in the top of the 9th. And Ashnod, in his own regard, doing a great job of making, just that game was bonkers in game 3 to end that game.
Angie Affleck corrals this one. 4 out, number 1. Candace Lauderberry looking to deliver what I guess some might consider.
No.
That one is past Lauderberry and all the way to the wall. Ashnod will score first. It's a triple. A big mistake there from Lauderberry, who we've been singing the praises of.
I'm not sure if he thought he had to dive to keep, you know what I mean, just to get to that ball, to keep it from being in the gap, because there's no way he thought he could have caught that in the air, right?
Ashnod going to have a productive out here as it's grounded out to first, but it is 2-0. The lead doubles on the ground out. Ashnod doing a good job getting these runs in.
And I'm a huge proponent of small ball. Let's take a look what Ashnod just did. He got a break, obviously, on the air, but all he did was ground the ball to second base there, and he scored a run, right? Trading out for a run all day. Luke not being able to do that earlier in this game, and that's where we have the difference in score.
Ashnod scores twice in that inning, and I'm honestly not certain he hit one ball hard in the whole inning. And for him to score 2, that is something you may never see again, folks, so soak it in. We're into the bottom of the 4th here. That's crushed. Right field. Does it have the juice? It does not. Blues makes the catch.
Always notable when Blues catches a ball.
That's a dangerous pitch to Lauderberry. I want to say 2 of the 3, or maybe all 3 of the homers that he has hit in this series were on curves that hung. Gets the single. Will we see him run?
Oh, no.
It's a double play ball as long as they execute, and they don't. Peckin reaches first. Everyone's safe. The break swings in Luke's favor. We've seen a lot of these.
Catch the ball.
We saw them as well earlier tonight in the Jan Paladin versus Floribel series.
I was just about to say Chance Lauderberry with another great base hit, and he's also got the high-speed stealer trait. And Luke hit a double play ball before he had a chance to send the runner.
Staples makes an excellent play there. That's going to bring up Candace Lauderberry. Has completed 4 innings, but 4 quality innings. Does he want to go for the tie here?
Tough spot.
He obviously does want to go for the tie, but he's going to do it with the pitcher. The runners are going.
No.
What in the world am I watching? Tagged out, and that ends the inning. Was that supposed to be some kind of hit and run?
I wonder if he accidentally hit the bumper.
Perhaps wanted to steal home and just grossly mistimed it? We'll have to check with him in some kind of post-game interview.
But he swung 2. I mean, maybe that was to protect the runner. First pitch stealing with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think the likely theory is it was supposed to be a straight steal. He mistimed it wildly and then tried to cover the catastrophe with making contact. This could be a double play ball. If it bounces, it does. Danger backhands. Platarinkos completes it. A lot of double plays in this game.
Should have seen one last inning when Ashnod dropped a routine double play and Luke unable to capitalize.
Yeah.
Luke playing really no small ball here in game 4 after, playing a lot of small ball to get himself back in it in game 3.
Popped up. Right field. So we will face the minimum. As Lauderberry makes the catch. We're into the bottom of the 5th. And the problem with that is it's going to leave Candace Lauderberry in the game. I'm sorry, at the plate. She was at the plate when the runner at third was extinguished.
Weaver, I just got to say this for whenever Luke sees this broadcast later on. SMH my head, Luke.
Yeah, a very head-scratching play indeed. He thought about maybe pulling her now. He's going to stay with her. It's a change-up. It's weakly hit to James. 1 down. Lillian Nymphi ICI has been on base more than half the time in this series. She sees a curveball. She flips it to left. Blues tracking. Catches it.
Just her first out tonight. And Weaver, props to you for nailing that enunciation every time.
I think I got a credit. I believe Light Snack was the one who I first heard it from back on Match of the Week. It's a doozy.
Yeah, shout out to Light Snack and Dwayne. I know I'm not as polished here in the booth as those guys, but appreciate you letting me in here. Call these incredible games we've gotten to see tonight.
Oh, we certainly thank you for jumping in here tonight. And you're right, these games have been wonderful. tense as Angie Affleck. She has been a lone dark spot for the Mallards in this series, batting under 188 now with that strikeout.
Yeah, I'm losing patience with Angie Weaver. I think Luke needs to sub her out of this game. She hasn't shown me anything at all tonight.
First pitch ripping there was Ashnod. It's right into the glove of Lauderberry. Chance Lauderberry. Candace Lauderberry on the mound. She is neutral. Shouldn't be too far off from a potential locked-in situation.
You know, her father cost her the only 2 runs she's given up here.
This one's popped up. Should be playable. It is.
And as you mentioned, we haven't seen a lot of hard contact at Ashnod in this game. That low velo coming in, potentially making it, you know, kind of hard to get some exit velo on it.
Just low. Falling way behind here after getting locked in is Candace Lauderberry. Whip under 1. But she loses BB King. He will reach here with the 2-out walk. Brings up Muddy Waters, hitting .308, has a homer in the series. Stares at a curve. Ooh, a good fastball there. Quickly behind 0-2 is Ash. He swings. He fouls it off. Goes with the curve. It's softly hit to the right center field gap. Nymphy ICI calls off Lauderberry. Makes the play. So despite the 2-out walk, the inning comes to an end. No harm comes to the Mallards.
Those runs are, I'm assuming, going to be counted as earned runs, but oh, that's a huge missed jump by Ashnod as that ball's going to get into the gap to start the 6th inning here for the Mallards.
Platarinkos has another extra base hit. That is either the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, I want to say, that we've seen that from Ashnod just in this series. He didn't do it in game number 3 earlier tonight, but we definitely saw it on Sunday. Luke challenging to the plate with Platarinkos. It bounces off the mound. That gives him just enough time to get in there, and it's a 1-run game.
Huge start to this 6th inning. Wow.
So now Gwendolyn Gadwall. Going to see back-to-back fastballs in that spot, and unable to catch it as the third basewoman, so it's all the way to the wall. The runner goes into third. Gadwall has to turn back. I think a wise decision, although in hindsight, obviously. She did drop it out there, but he couldn't have known. Runners at the corners, nobody out.
I don't know, with 30 speed, she'd have made it to second anyway. Good decision with no outs here. And that ball, you know, Ash did jump on, but it was hit so hard it was by him before he got off his feet.
Yeah, that time did make the right decision, but didn't have the time to do it. Chance Lauderberry is hitting .600 in this series and has hit a home run in each game. Will we see the trend continue? Luke doesn't need a home run here. Runner goes. Ball is hit. Staples flips to second. Power throw to first. It's a double play, but a productive one nonetheless. We have a brand new ball game as we approach the final third of this ball game.
Yeah, another double play ball hit there by Luke, but I love to see him at least start the runner. He's trying, you know, he's not just standing there hitting away in the double plays anymore. And like you said, he tied this game up, so we've got a brand new ball game. And Candace Lauderberry locked in on the mound at only 71 pitches.
Oh my, she will not be locked in anymore as Ashnod. He goes deep here. Game number 4, he retakes the lead.
I spoke too soon, Weaver.
The curveball misplaced there. Ashnod ready for it. How much longer does he give Candace? That is the question he must ask himself.
And you could argue that was the first real run she's given up in this game.
Yeah, 2 runs scored earlier on some interesting plays. Misplay in right field from Luke. Full count here to Elwood Blues. That's ripped into the left center field. Nymphy ICI dives and makes the play. What a star out there.
Oh, my goodness. How about the 2 games out of ICI, Platarinkos, and Chance Lauderberry so far? I mean, those have got to be the 3 players of the night for the Mallards.
And Docs, I know you told me you didn't get a chance to watch games 1 and 2 from last Sunday night. Nymphy ICI made one of the most incredible throws we've seen in on a playoff broadcast to get Ashnod at the plate here at Colonial. So not only a good night for them, but great series. Ashnod looking for a 2-out knock, but Platarinkos, Johnny on the spot. He makes the play. We're into the bottom of the 7th.
A great play there by Platarinkos, like he said, but a great job by Ashnod of retaking this lead right right after Luke tied it up.
Yeah, Ashnod showing his resiliency. He has been here before. Butterfield dives, makes that stop. That's 2 outs in a row for the Blues that have been made on the diving stop from Butterfield. Butterfield has been Ashnod's MVP, I would say.
No doubt. The only guy that seems to be able to catch the ball on defense and also, made very few outs in the series.
BB King does not leave his feet, so Luke gets a stay of execution on that one.
Luke needs to make that hurt here.
Willie Dixon is into the game. And he serves up a hard hit into the gap. Waters does cut it off. Could have been an extra base hit. Yeah.
That's a huge 2-strike hit after the missed foul ball, and I'm not trying to criticize Ash at all here, Weaver, but I can't believe he's going back to Willie Dixon again here in Game 4.
Yeah, perhaps just not wanting to buy into anything mental, just trusting the stats. Runner goes, Nymphy ICI fouls it off. Decent speed at first. This one could be 2. Another double play ball, and safe is Nymphy ICI. The inning continues. And if there was ever a chance for Angie Affleck to make up for her poor series, it's right now. Bottom of the 7th.
Man, I would love to see Luke pinch hit for her here.
Oh, he swings on that fastball a little bit below the zone. A good pitch from Ash despite the red outcome. That ends the inning. No pinch hit there. We're into the top of the 8th. And we're into the Mallard's pen. As we get a good
Angie
look at it.
Affleck needs to be cut for Gary Geico in the offseason. Get him a better duck.
Some hot stove news or speculation here. Willie Dixon is at the plate. He's locked in. I think Ash is going to opt to leave him in. I believe still has 3 more relievers, or did he use one? I cannot recall. Nymphy ICI going to collect that and bring it back in. It's a leadoff single for the reliever. So the decision pays off. It brings Butterfield.
Don't see Ash. Yeah, you don't see Ash leaving a reliever in this game to hit very often.
Late is Butterfield, so now a 1-2 count. It's a nice curve, but an even nicer job by Ashnod to fight it off, and the first 2 have reached.
That's his guy, man. Butterfield.
Continues to just reach base like a machine. This could be 2. Not a lot of speed on the hitter, so it's easy on the turn from Platarinkos, and a big double play for Luke, who is desperate to keep this a 1-run game with the way Ashnod is throwing the ball. And if you can keep it a 1-run game, I'd say it's anyone's game, really. We've seen Luke late in all 3 games pull out the clutch bats. Both players, really. Curveball up the middle, not stopped by rubber, so it will make it a 2-run ball game. A good piece of hitting from Ash on a curveball.
Yeah, talk about clutch hitting right there on cue, Weave.
Swings through the fastball. 4-2 now in the 8th. Chicago, that is Ashnod. He is looking to even the series after surrendering a huge lead in game number 3.
And it's all going to come down to, last game we saw Ashnod after Luke cut into it.
This is into the left center field gap. If no one cuts it off, and they won't, this is going to be a 5-2 ball game. Another extra base hit from Ashnod.
And he's piling on here in the 8th inning, much like he did last game where Luke.
Oh my, the curve is crushed to left center field. The tall wall cannot contain it. It is 7-2 and the lead is 5. Ashnod looking good here.
Man, Ash really putting on a show here in this top of the 8th.
Just some misplaced off speed here from rubber. Certainly less accuracy attribute-wise than Candace Lauderberry, who threw something of a gem in this game. But Ashnod has scored 5 times here in the 8th.
And you wonder if that high velo really helped his bat. Maybe helped his timing get back to where it was.
Willie Dixon, who led off that 5-run inning with a single, is back to the mound. And there's another 2-strike approach from Luke that pays off in a big way. He's aboard. And if he's going to make the comeback, that's what you got to do. You need the leadoff runners to do their job.
Was that Platarinkos again?
Oh my goodness, Albellis puts Luke back in the game as that hits the top of the Blues bullpen.
my.
It's 7-4.
What I was trying to say in the 8th, but Ashnod wouldn't stop hitting, is Luke did a great job of fighting back in it, in Game 3. And then Ash did a great job of putting distance between the two of them. And then Luke, out of nowhere, had a massive 8th inning to retake the lead. And, we saw that again here in this game where Ashnod put in a lot of work to extend his lead to 7-2. But Luke's not going to go quietly. He gets 2 back here in the bottom of the 8th.
And Dixon remains in the game, and the attributes are worsening. It's Chance Lauderberry, perhaps his last at bat of the game. 1-2 count. You'll see a fastball away. And it catches him looking. Strike number 3 for the second out. Ashnod looking to recover after that bomb. But Peckin has other ideas. I believe that's Peckin. She reaches.
And how big is that top of the 8th by Ashnod now, Weaver?
At top of the 8th looms large. It's a 3-run ball game.
Number 49.
Dangerous
He
hitter at the
goes with
plate.
Buddy Guy.
Yeah, and opting not to go to the closer, who did surrender some damage in game number 3.
But the closer also has much higher accuracy.
The 0-2, crushed by Luke, but on the ground. So over to James, on to first. Ashnod limits the damage. Luke scores twice. It's a 3-run ball game. Greta Rubber staying out there. Her assignment is simple. Keep it exactly where it is, but that's not a good start. It is down the line. Misplayed by Lauderberry. Ashnod will have 2 as he slides in there. Closer play than I previously thought.
That's 2 balls Chance Lauderberry's misplayed in right field tonight. Oh, and a missed dive at third base.
Oh, just a defensive breakdown for Luke. He overplays the ball at third and then lets the ball get by him in left. So back-to-back doubles. The lead is back to 4. And the day should be done for Rubber. The day should also be done for Buddy Guy.
Look, the Mallards looking more like the Macaws here on defense and just really having a meltdown here in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, a couple misplays have opened the door for Chicago to make the lead 4. And still threatening like crazy here. Old McDonald is into the game, similar to Candace Lauderberry stat-wise. Going to get out number 1 on the lineout. So it will be...
And as we've seen, any insurance runs always end up being huge, by the end of the game. So anything Ash can keep tacking on here is going to come in.
He's going to tack on with his boy Butterfield. He goes deep. And it's double digits for Chicago. The lead is 6. Ashnod.
He really likes hitting with Butterfield.
Oh, he loves it. And he has shown up. Ashnod, in general, has shown up in a huge way here in game number 4. On track to level the series at 2. He will have his closer on the mound. Willie Big Eye Smith set to come up in the bottom of the 9th. Luke still looking for one more out, though.
Is closer going to be the final guy left for Ash to pitch here?
Well, let's take a look. I believe so. No, he does have
No, he's
Albertina
still got
Walker.
That's his stud, right?
They're all pretty similar.
Yeah.
Katarina
Well,
is off the bench here, looking to get aboard. Luke would need quite the 9th inning here, but we've seen him do similar things.
I was going to say if this was his last reliever to use, that the stamina could come in huge if Luke does put a rally together. But having Albertina Walker in his back pocket, really, Ash has got to feel good about this 9th inning.
That one grounded softly to Staples. There's 1 down. 2 away from an even series. 2 outs away. Nymphy ICI swinging first pitch. And now quickly ahead 0-2. This is an extremely wild fastball. It elicits a check swing. 1-2 coming in to Nymphy ICI. Bit of a lag pitch there. Evens the count.
There's a Weaver pitch.
A Weaver pitch indeed. That one sailed on Ashnod. So did that. It's a full count. And now with the walk-prone trait, we'll see where this lands. It's a hittable pitch. He does hit it, but it will be caught by Blues.
Right down the middle. Sometimes that's where you got to miss with Luke.
Now Angie Affleck. 13 pitches starting to affect the pitcher. That's crushed into center, but caught by Waters. And we have a brand new series, folks. It is 2-2. Essentially now going forward, a best of 3. It is a best of 7, of course, in total. But what a job by these players.
What a couple of games we got to see.
Head into post-game here. Milwaukee wins game 3. Chicago says no you. And wins game number 4. So we're all tied at 2. Games 5 and 6 and 7, if necessary, will be played tomorrow starting at the same time. That is 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. We will also see the continuation tomorrow, games 3 and 4 of Jam Paladin versus Fleurbell, the other half of the Final Four. And they will begin at their same time, which is 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. So we hope we'll see you tomorrow for that. An incredible set of games here tonight, especially game number 3, with Luke staging an incredible comeback late in the game. It was all Ashnod in game. Number 4, flexing that power of his. Oxbox, thank you so much. It was short notice. We really appreciate you covering here in the booth for not only the series earlier tonight, but both series. You did 4 games here tonight in your debut. So thanks, buddy.
Hey, I really appreciate being on here, and it was a lot of fun. We've other than the last couple innings there by Ashnod, we got to see 4 games where both players put on a show, not only entertainment-wise, but, it was neck and neck. Just 4 really great ball games, and it was a treat to call.
A treat to call, a treat to watch, and we thank you all so much for joining us here on your Wednesday night. We're doing it all again tomorrow, same times, same place. We'll have another announcement probably in the morning, perhaps in our Discord, and that is where our community is housed. If you'd like to join our community at large, just scroll down and click that Discord link. I've been Weaver for Prez, for everyone here at the XBL, and for Oxbox here tonight in the booth. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow for more XBL action in the semifinals. Thank you.